Shalom, greeting everyone. It's Leon the Servant back here with another video. Right? I want to say greetings. Hope everyone and the good people are doing well today on this Yah blessed day. Right? I have a concerning topic at hand because I find it fundamental as we should keep moving forward in this walk. I would say it's even one of the most basic principles in moving forward in this walk. And as the title says, facts over feelings. This video was precursored from me looking at a few videos that are highly controversial but truthful in nature, and a lot of people don't want to accept what that truth is, right? We live in a world today where it's my truth, their truth, not the truth, right? And we like to think that, well, that's not what I think it should say. So that's how I want to move this way. A lot of us have been in this state of Stockholm syndrome, right? We've been shackled to false lies, right? It says in the book, "The truth shall set you free," in John 8:32, right? But we love the way that we are living, and then we tell ourselves, no, we don't. We want to change. We want to do better. We want to be better, but we still cleave on and allow our emotions to dictate how we should move forward, when the truth and the correction, the reproof has been given, right? We have fallen in love with dysfunction. And I was listening to Awaken Greatness, Prince David, and he said something very pivotal. There is no pretty way to bring out dysfunction. There's no way for you to really come up to a person and be like, you know what? Hey, this right here is wrong, that right here is wrong. I mean, there's a way not to be rude about it. Don't be wrong. But a lot of people don't like to be reproved. It says the wise man can accept correction, but the fool will hate you. Is that to say that everyone's correction is correcting you to the right path? Absolutely not. But to even be able to sit down and have proper discernment on what that person is saying, precept upon precept, line upon line, if that's in front of you, right? Take that information in. Stop making the truth seem ugly. It's not the ugly truth, it's the truth. And my bad, just a little bit digestion going on. And as we keep moving forward, we have to learn that the only thing that separates us from the person that we were, right, wherever we were in the walk, whether that was Christianity, Muslim, if that was some way in our health that we were fat and now we're here, or wherever we are or was in our journey, the only thing that separated us and started putting us on this path was the pursuit of truth, right? And it says all wisdom, so all knowledge, fundamentally starts by fearing the Most High. Granted, right? But don't make it so that as soon as this truth confronts you, that you want to toss it away because it contradicts the perceived notion of what you think the truth should be. Are we not called to look back to the old ways? Let's bring that scripture up real quick. That's Jeremiah 6:16. And listen who's speaking. It says, "Thus saith the Lord," or Yah, or God, right? Or Elohim. "Stand ye in the ways, and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good path, and walk therein." and ye shall find rest for your souls. Now listen to response. But they said, we will not walk therein. See, the Most High has told us to sit down, examine, look at the different ways there are, and find the good path. Find the old path, the faithful path, right? We understand that, okay, there's a modern captivity, we're in modern Babylon, but we still accept Babylon's ways. We are not to follow the heathen, right? And the thing is, heathen isn't just subjugated to Gentiles, right? A heathen is anyone who doesn't follow the Most High. They serve other mighty ones. Let that sink in. And when we really think about the old paths, right, we know that the Most High is a jealous Elohim, or a jealous God, right? So with that being said, you subjugating yourself to other fundamental truths. You follow Taoism, duality, Christianity, and not just the book, right? Not the prophets, not the ways that have been presented for you. That's following other mighty ones. That's following a delusion. I once read this quote, and it goes something along the lines that in the 21st century, being illiterate won't be those who can't read or write, but it will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. See, if we understand that our learning could have been fundamentally flawed in a few ways, we understand that we're supposed to meditate on the law, on the word, day and night. And we know sometimes that we don't do that, right? We don't investigate things that's been positioned to us. We honestly, if someone came up to us, talk about the book and the testimonies and the law and have the answers, we say, oh, I don't have all the answers. And that's not to make it seem like we're supposed to be a know-it-all, but if this is something that we're supposed to walk in, we're supposed to know the facts. But a lot of us will negate them for our comfort. It's supposed to be facts over feelings, truth over lies, honesty over comfort. That's how we're supposed to be moving forward. That's how we're supposed to be operating. But when things that are evidently built upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, right? As the scriptures say, that's how we're supposed to move forward in understanding. People don't want to submit themselves into that. They think that they follow God. They think that they believe in the word, but they never examine what the word says or what the Most High has said, which is his word, right? As soon as it contradicts what they think it should be, then they no longer want to follow that. It's over I feel, what I think, right? The Bible is very straightforward, especially in the Old Testament. The Old Testament is a precursor for the New Testament. It's thou shalt not. There's lessons learned, lessons observed, warnings. It tells us to choose blessing over cursing. And I think this scripture right here is very fundamental. Very, very fundamental as we move forward. Deuteronomy 30, 15 through 20. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. See, the Most High has given these commandments, right? Let's read on. And that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. So he's put up the offer on the table. Right? He said, you're faithful, I'll be faithful. Right? But if thy heart turn away, so that thou will not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou possess it over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. See, the Most High has called heaven and earth. He called two of his creations to take precedence and watch. Hey, I put this in front of you, and these two things, heaven and earth, are the things that we are blessed by and cursed by. Have you noticed that? It's facts over feelings. This is the bone-chilling truth. But this is the only thing that can truly set you free. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Only the wise can accept correction. Let's keep reading. I want to take it back from the top right there on heaven and earth. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. He told us to choose truth, to choose good, to choose life. It's in your hands. It's been set before you this day. Let's read on. That thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life. See, the Most High has made it very clear that we are the creation and he's the creator, that we are to submit unto him and not him submit unto us. What does that mean? It means that we should be able to accept reproof in these words. It means that we should honestly, wholeheartedly look to see what the scriptures say. End of discussion. And anything else on top of that, know that it's doctrine. There's good doctrine out there, and there's also bad doctrine. That's when discernment comes in. But I'm going to tell you like this. The easiest way to find out bad doctrine is if it's contradictory. Right? But how would you know it's contradictory if you never read the word? How would you know it's contradictory if you're not willing to accept truth? In these last days, there's a sea of chaos. And the Most High is the one who's bringing in order. Right? If we don't subject ourselves and submit ourselves onto this order, we shall be swept away with the chaos. If we keep being irrational and going solely based off emotion, we are no better than those who have subjected themselves onto mandatory actions. We're no better. We're actually, in a lot of times, worse because we can see it and we don't believe it. It was better for us not to have known it. At least we wouldn't be held accountable for it. It's no longer time to keep backtracking into our old ways that we know don't help us or aid us. It's time to start moving forward. It's time to start taking back our culture, back our ways, back the faith, the truth, the word. Removing all these vain philosophies and jargon. But how would you know what that is if you never study to show yourself approved? There's a place for prophets, there's a place for priests, but that doesn't mean that everyone else is in ignorance, right? How can you have sound counsel if you're not found worthy to hear said counsel? Because it's always what you feel. Feelings do have a place, emotions do have a place, but a lot of us are not emotionally intelligent. In Ecclesiastes, there's a time for love, there's a time for war, right? Those are both emotions, right? Those are both desires, intentions. There's a time for both of them. There's a time for sowing, there's a time for reaping, there's a time for plucking, there's a time for putting down. I'm going to be rolling out a series in the next week or so, and it's going to be confronting some of our beliefs. I've already did it with Christianity. I'm doing it with the pagan holidays, but this far exceeds just those fundamentals, because as we look at Christianity, right, or we look at Catholicism, we look at Muslim, whatever religion you want to examine, there's a lot of things that they pre-accept to be the foundation on the moving forward. And I'm saying that we should look to this book, or this collection of books, as the foundation to moving forward. We should be the theologians of our faith. We should know exactly what the word says on matters. And if not, we should be aspiring to do so. There's nothing wrong with there being an overweight person in the gym and eating healthy. What is wrong is when that person decides to stay where they are. All right. That being said, it was a pleasure. Right? I hope that this provoked thought caused action. With that being said, shalom and peace.